heart of gold, but ready to fight. Standing tall, doing what's right. Shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep. Breaking chains, leaving pain behind. Calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawn trooper rides again.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Well. What a fucking start. What a week. Unfortunately, MyPretty will not be here tonight. But you got me. So don't panic. But tonight is going to be an interesting one. Because tonight, we're going to talk about politics. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But before we get into this, as you can tell, I'm still trying to freaking... there you go, yeah. Excuse me, I do apologize for that. Yeah, I'll put that there. What's that one there? Yep. Perfect. Perfection. Do you know... Well, let's get that one going. There you go. Right, perfect. Okay. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm just trying to figure things out. Oh, what the fuck? There you go. All right. Okay. So Wait, why have I got that? There you go. No. There you go. Right, okay, so we got that one. Okay. It's all going to go wrong tonight. Anyway, so let me just go through the list of individuals who have bravely entered the wolf's den. Now, here's one thing I will going to say. Now, I don't know who it is, I don't know who you are, and I don't really give a shit. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Putting the thumbs down before the stream has started makes no sense. Okay? Now, I get it. You may not like me, right? But at least figure out the topic or listen to the topic first before. And I've noticed this with other users as well. Now, I know it's irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. And it doesn't bother me. But it shows me that there are people out there who have got less intelligence than a rat. All right? But then again, a rat is extremely intelligent. But that's beside the point. It's just like a ghost trying to be a magician. You can see right through the tricks. Yeah, you can see them coming. But anyway, so what we're going to do tonight, I was going to put a goal up. Yeah. I was going to do that. I'm also going to mention about memberships only because you missed a good one last night. Quite a lot of people turned up. A few people turned up, and it was quite relaxing actually. So if you want to sort of get closer to me, have a more intimate conversation, members only is good. And we talk about different things. Like last night, we talked a couple of topics. And obviously, it's definitely fun to be. And some people, I hope that you enjoy. All right. Now, first, I'm going to go through the list and I'm going to say hello to everyone. So, first of all, Cynthia, hi. Eric, Gail, Janet Chivron. Well, welcome back, Janet. Welcome back. Good to see you. Heidi Michael. Well, hello there. Sandra Eagle. Hi. How you doing? Debbie Webb. Okay. SMN. Good to see you, my friend. All right. Who else we got? Got Kim as well. We got Annie. Kabut. All right. And then we've got we've got Eric and SMN again. It seems they're jumping in. Then we got Debbie Webb again. All right. Then we got Amogo. Amogo. Hello. Then we got, oh my good God, the jocks are here. Yeah, we're fucked. The jocks are here. And then we got Mushy Lady. Okay. And then who else have we got? We got Paul Amos. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. And is that right? Is that and then we got Squid. Hello, young lady. Hi, Squid. How you doing? Good to see you. Again, we've got Gareth Bolter. That's also good to see you. Who else have we got? Oh my, White Wolf Woman Archive. Wait, what? That's a mouthful. Yeah. Then we. Oh my God. Then we got Lips 2.0. Well, talking about lips. Yeah. And then we got Jan Marco. Hi, good to see you. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one tonight because I'm gonna touch on a topic that may offend, and if it does offend you, then fucking grow a pair, and if you can't grow a pair, then grow a spine, because at the end of the day, Squid, right? Anyway, all right, and if at the end of the day, right, if someone has constructive critique, then look at it that way. If you don't like what's being said, it's just one of those things. You just have to, bear and grin it. However, because I have a little bit of experience, well, apparently I don't, but I do have experience serving with American troops and have got a lot of American friends. So, yes, unfortunately, America, you're in the spotlight tonight. But we'll get to that point. Now, tonight, obviously, MyPretty is not here. She's probably asleep on a couch or something, or she's, she's down at some club on stage telling jokes. Who knows? Okay, right? Yeah, it's like, I mean, like sometimes wrangling MyPretty in is like, I feel like a cowboy sometimes trying to get that Mustang, that wild Mustang. It's it's. I mean, sometimes I'm really good with the lasso, but anyway, right. So, what are we talking about today? Now, over the last few weeks, there's been topics, yeah, especially about certain with these court cases with, you know, Jeremy Hales and all the other parties involved. Now, Leslie Federico, we all bloody hell, we already know. Okay, we already know. And to be perfectly honest with you, she's as much use as a fart in a spacesuit. And to be honest, they are both just attention-seeking little pricks. I'm a type of person, I like to do research. I like to dig into stuff that is relevant to any type of topic, regardless if you are. Now, I know there's people out there who don't like me because I went after certain people who are bold and like to head plant themselves into a fucking shelf. Or someone who does a roly-poly, right, and has got teeth like fucking Jaws, Mark II. Now, that doesn't matter. Or you got people who seem to, like, you know, sit on the internet and think that's their life, which it's not. It's not your fucking life. And it's, for me, it's quite concerning when I see other people who need that help, need that support, but they don't get it. Why? It's because other people using fucking labels. We get that. I get that. But tonight it's your turn. Tonight it's your turn. It's in chat, the community. Tonight is your turn. Because now I am going to turn the table. I am going to ask you questions. So in this first segment, right, it's all about you. What's the reason why you come here? What is the reason why you listen? And what is, and also your opinion. Your opinion about these topics, okay, in some aspects is not important. It's irrelevant. Just like mine as well. It is irrelevant. You know why? It's because at the end of the day, when you've got one party who have got an agenda and they've got a goal that they want to achieve, they are not going to care. Right? Now, they're not going to care what you think, what you say, and what you do. Like, perfect example, last night I heard that apparently Only Me sent a cease and desist to Tug. The moment I heard that, I went, wait, what? Did Only Me fucking employ a lawyer in the United States? Because that is the only way, and he has to have fucking good grounds to send a cease and desist. That is the only way legally you could do something about someone else in a different country, because there's no, you send someone an email in another country, cease and desist, you may as well wipe your ass with that paperwork. Now, this is why I'm going to be giving the floor to you guys, because I want you guys to discuss this amongst yourselves. And I don't want you talking, and here's a word of advice. Here's a very, very, very clear and crystal word of advice. If you come in here and you plug someone else's channel without asking my moderators or me first, I am going to fucking put you up there in neon lights. I am going to name and shame you for weeks to come. Unless you go through MyPretty, Amogo, or Squid, or Eric, or SMN, or someone who has got direct contact with me. Don't test me on that. Because to be honest with you, there's a couple of people I wanted to fucking yeet. However, today is a different day. I'm going to start this year off differently. Because, you know, it's all right and good and fun sitting there and flapping your gums and giving it large. And, you know, you guys get a chance to communicate. You type in your comments. All right. This is why I slowed it all the way down. You type your comments and people will see your comment. Sometimes people will take it out of context. Some people might miss your comment and go, what the fuck did you? Like it's happened to me. I've missed people's comments. Hi, Snipe Hunter. How you doing? Hi, Turtle of all turtles. Now, here's one thing I am now going to do. I'm going to give you guys the platform. I want you. Wait, what if you are talking about said person in topic? That said person wouldn't be in here. Or I would turn around to that person and say, don't do it again, like I did the other day. And I'd done it very politely. I turned around. I don't have to explain myself, you see. This is the difference. This is my platform. You know, there is a level of respect, basic level of respect. This is one of the reasons why I turned off that people can't put links in. Mods can, but others can't. At the end of the day, it's like many, many moons ago, I was in someone else's stream and they tried to entrap me by me plugging my own platform. And because I was in someone else's stream, I politely refused to do so. And because I knew what they were doing. There's no ifs or buts about it. It's a simple explanation. Bang, done. Don't do it. Ask first. I have seen a lot of creators. Eric, I'm not joking about this platform thing at the moment, mate. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and you wouldn't take over because I'd just go click, and you'll still be on the platform. But right, it's going to happen. But the thing is, I want people. There is going to be a somewhat type of control on that platform, and when I do bring people on, the minute they go off script or they go off topic, and they start ramping or ranting or waffling or whatever, that's it. I'll just close them down, because at the end of the day, right, you lose concentration on what you're actually. You lose the trail of topic. Now, the perfect example. Here's Garrett Boa. Perfect example. This is a perfect start of a good conversation. And I sat there last night and I was commenting in that stream, in Tug's stream. I know. But like, the thing is, some people do deliberately try to derail me, try to take my concentration away from what I'm going. You need to remember that I have only been doing this for a year. I am still learning. And sometimes it irritates the shit out of me when people think that they can press buttons. And then as soon as I respond in kind, they get upset or get offended. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, right, the point I'm trying to make is respect is not hard to give or hard to earn. But your behavior or the behavior of an individual depicts the treatment you receive. If you are going to come into here, or even before you come in here, and you try to damage the credibility or you just try to damage the platform of that individual, what does that tell you about you? Space to Final Frontier. Welcome to this. Anyway, so here's the perfect example, the perfect topic start. And I don't mean any offense to anyone, but I can tell you right now, things are going to change. Because I've noticed over this year, I have noticed a lot of people like to antagonize people to get a reaction. And when they get that reaction, they play off that. All right. Now, if I say, for example, if I use satire and humor, which I'm going to do tonight, we're also going to talk about America and the American president. We're going to be talking politics at one point. Now, does this mean I am attacking or insulting members of the United States or the United States itself? Absolutely not. I've been calling it Americanese from day one. Okay, and people know that when I say shit, I don't say it just because I want to upset people. I say it because I have a reason. You know. No, I wasn't in a very good mood yesterday, and that's why, you know. But I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Paul, the reason I wasn't in a good mood, unfortunately, it stretched over the last few days because I don't like people disrespecting me, or I definitely don't like people disrespecting other people who are friends of mine, and I just don't like it because the thing is, it doesn't do me any damage, but it damages their reputation. It damages the person who does behave like that. It damages their reputation because then that means, because let's be honest with you, we've got Squid Pro Quo in here. Okay, she is 4,000 freaking subscribers more than me, so she is fairly ahead there. Okay, right, but that's beside the point. She is my friend. Now, if Squid Pro Quo comes in here, or someone who goes into Squid, who is a moderator in Squid stream, and excuse me, and they see someone behave the way they do, Squid's going to be informed of that. So that means when that person then comes into that stream, they're going to be watched. And unfortunately, there are some moderators who are trigger happy. Not in Squid's stream or not in mine, that I can assure you of. But you don't know where these people go. And the thing is, you can't punish them, right, for things that they haven't done. But one thing happens is that suddenly there's a little dot above their head because of the way they've been behaved, you know. And this is how people get caught out. This is how people make the mistakes and they get caught out. You know, making certain comments about DJ Rats or about Squid or about me or about MyPretty or about anyone else. And then a couple of weeks later, it comes back down to bite them in the ass. Now, going back to what Gareth Bolter said in regards of Only Me. Oh, that's very easy. Actually, that's very easy. Someone remind me about Only Me again. Squid, that is absolutely easy. That is so fucking... How stupid can you be to say that? It's very easy to have a stream without talking about Jeremy Hells or the anti-what the hell's ecosystem or about Only Me or something like that. You know, you can... I mean, that is so easy. It is so easy. I mean, this is the thing. You have to understand. And this is where people either don't understand, refuse to understand, or don't notice it. Squid Pro Quo, for example, Squid has multiple different content. Myself, I've got shitloads of different content. I still need to figure out how to connect a freaking GoPro to anyway, that's beside the point. All right, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of people out there go, oh yeah, Squid Pro Quo and Spawn Trooper and other people, they don't have any fucking, they don't, so once this case is done, they're fucked. No. The complete opposite. Why do you think that Squid and I, and not just, you know, Squid and I, for example, had to create a second account to separate our content away from this court, from this case? And just because this case is over and done with, we're still going to carry on. I'm still going to sit here and be sarcastic, satiric, humorous, and a typical sheep-shagging prick. Where people go, oh, he's a bit rude, isn't he? Well, I only said hello, and he's fucking... Yeah, it's how you say it. Like, no, I'm only joking. But anyway, going back to what Mr. Bolton's there stated about Only Me. Only Me, all right, had every opportunity on this planet. When he realized that he was getting ripped off, he had every opportunity to go to the National Crime Agency, report it to the bank, report it, and all right. And people say that the Interpol doesn't exist in America. You are fucking dumb as a doornail if you actually believe that. All right, go to the freaking official website of the Department of Justice, you absolute space cadets, and you will actually see the interposed part of that department. Not for long though, if the way freaking President Trump is carrying on. All right, but we'll get to that in a bit, because the thing is, I don't want to sound that I'm attacking. I'm not. I'm pointing my observations out. Now, okay, so he had every opportunity. He was the one who had every opportunity to fucking stop giving these people. How many times did I turn around to him and said, "Look, if you need to fucking talk, not just me, Squid, even Squid turned around and say, hey, look, if you need to talk, fucking send me a message and we'll talk." I would have talked to him. He's got me blocked, but I don't care. If he wanted to talk to me and say, hey, give me some advice, this guy is a businessman. Squid, please drop that type of topic. I don't want that stuff here. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. I read that wrong. Yeah, can we not talk about ever stuff? Squid, you've done it. Stop, please, if you don't mind. But the thing is, fuck's sake. 1 second. Do you know what really pisses me off? That people don't fucking listen. And then they fucking sit there and they play the fucking victim the moment you point it out to them. $56,000 fucking dollars later, they still fucking play the victim. They still fucking argue about it. And then you turn around and you go, well, hang on a minute. If you got that fucking much money, why aren't you sitting on a plane? Why aren't you in the States right now employing a fucking lawyer? Because sending a cease and desist. When you send a fucking cease and desist through a fucking email, and only me, if you listen, you are a fucking idiot of the highest caliber. You are a fucking idiot. How many people over the last year fucking pointed you to the right agencies and the fucking people you needed to talk to? But then you go around to fucking different channels and play the fucking victim, and you think that your money means shit. It doesn't mean diddly shit. You got took advantage of, and these fuckers over there hide behind the fucking law, or they hide behind labels. Just like some of them. One of them is a former Marine. All these fucking people, all they do is fucking take advantage of others. They use others to get a fucking step further. And then you, with your deep pockets, can't even comprehend the fact that you got taken advantage of, and then you sit there and fucking whine and whinge. And then you go and send someone who's got a platform, who fucking is on the coattail of all this shit as well. And then you sit on a fucking platform sending someone a fucking cease and desist. He doesn't give a flying fuck if you send him a cease and desist wrapped around in fucking $100 notes. He wouldn't give a shit because it means diddly. But you don't get that. You don't comprehend that in your thick fucking head. Fucking intelligence factors. I swear to God. Hey, only me, if you're listening to this, okay, do you know one thing, all right? When you were fucking created, yeah, the best part of you ran down your mum's fucking leg after she had a fucking double fart and fallen through. Because I tell you one thing, for someone of your caliber who had his own business, who is a fucking multimillionaire, sends those fat fucks $56,000, whatever, and that's not just all. I mean, you have sent more, but you didn't legally protect yourself. And here's the thing, you make a big deal about this. What about all the fucking people? What about all the old folk? What about all the fucking single mothers or the fucking widows who opened their purse, opened their fucking money pocket, fucking purse, looked in there and said, oh, I've got $100, I'll give them 50. I'll give them 50. What about those poor people who fucking gave their money to these fucking assholes, right? Never to see that money. And then a couple of weeks later, they see all these fucking Christmas lights, Christmas decorations, and fucking presents that you couldn't. I mean, okay, you had the pair of boots. Yeah, they would last probably a fucking year or something. But anyway, that's beside the point. And the fact of the matter is that half this money went on fucking on little channel flags. You watch that bone crusher prick. He's got it right fucking behind him on the wall. How much do you think that fucking cost? 20, 30? No, try about 100 or 120. Right? I don't give a fuck if people watch or not. The fact of the matter is, right, everyone needs to start coming and smelling the coffee because, like, to be perfectly honest with you, we can sit here all night. We can sit here all fucking night, all day, all morning, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a fucking year, and we would still not get anywhere. Do you know why? Because no one fucking actually understands the fact that this whole situation, the only way it's going to fucking stop is if multiple people end up behind bars. That's the only way it's going to fucking stop. All this legal shit, it's all, that's going to go on for a while. And then we got fucking, then we got luscious fucking lips. Luscious fucking lips. Please make it fucking stop. Please make it fucking stop. Anyway, and it gets to a point. You don't really have to talk about these fucking idiots anymore. The reason being is because everyone else does it. And then people go, oh, yeah, you just copying what? How many fucking people have actually sat here and said, hey, how many fucking people, let's be honest with it. Let's be very fucking honest here. Who was the first fucking person to ever fucking challenge anyone on the what the hell's ecosystem and fucking do research on people? And actually fucking bring the truth to the surface and take the wind out of certain people's fucking sails. Who? Anyone got an answer? Anybody? Does anyone want to fucking answer that question truthfully? And by the way, I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm just making a point. Now, last night, big fucking deal. Went over an hour. I think I sat in there for an hour and a half and it was all about fucking only me. Everyone's going on about every single different person. But one thing they fail to, right? One thing, right? They fail to mention about that 6-year-old child. Oh, yeah, they mention it when they want to get fucking clout. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's mention fucking the child when we need fucking views and shit like that. Let me ask you a question. When you get genuine platform, when you get genuine creators, for example, like myself, like Squid, right, or DJ Rattles or any other one, right? How many times have you heard Squid? And I want everyone to fucking answer truthfully. How many fucking times have you heard Squid mention the child? For example. Or me. How many times have you heard me mention that child besides today? How many times have you heard that? Hi, Timothy. How many times have you heard Squid Pro Quo or me mention that child? Come on, people. Let's fucking see it. Let's see it. Let's hear it. This is your platform today. How many times? Just now. Yeah. You see, this is the difference between someone who genuinely cares about the information and about the topic at hand, instead of just going fucking, oh yeah, I've got all this, I've got all this, I've got all this. Yeah, exactly. Right. The only time Squid has ever said anything is when she's actually asking people not to discuss it because it's got nothing to do with the topic. Right. And when it comes to anything else, and here's the thing, you guys can fucking talk about it, but at the end of the day, right, it is irrelevant because the what the hell's the group who fucking caused all this, Matskin, fucking Lufman, Volpe, Lips, fucking all these people deliberately fucking changed the direction of the train. And now suddenly all the attention is on those fucking idiots. But the initial people who should be paid, whose attention should be paid to, is John Cook, Lynette Preston, plus alphabetical names, and that child. Now they've got a freaking probably a 60 or 90 pound dog when it's hit adulthood that could richly has a biting power of over 2,000 pounds per square inch. But I don't hear anyone checking that information, do you? Hi, Nick D. Now, here's another thing. When you attack people or when you talk about people, I could, do you know what? I could put a list down. I could put a list of people who the only way they can get attention and the only way they can get views or subs or anything else is by being negative and being fucking trailer trash. And yes, there's some redneck trailer trash fucking people that second the fucking interwebs. And that's the only way because they're only good at one thing. Now, I'm a type of person, I will point fucking people out. Now, there's certain people I have mentioned and discussed. And you know what? I wouldn't mind getting one or two of them on this fucking platform to give them the opportunity to fucking shoot themselves in the foot or make good of their verbal fetterage. Because some of these people, right, are easily misled. And we all know that. You as well as I know. There's a lot of people out there who are very, very, very easily misled. And I can point, and I could richly, if I typed out a name right now, right, it would take me probably 30 seconds to write about 15, 16 names. And out of those 15, 16 names, every single one of you go, yep, yep, yep. And here's another thing. Many, many moons ago, in a far, far galaxy, far, far away, I had people come into my stream who fucking hated my guts. They didn't like me because I have an opinion. They didn't like Squid because she's got an opinion. They didn't like DJ Raz because he's Australian. Well, you can't win them all. Right? They didn't like this person. They didn't like that person because of certain individuals, a small fucking Temu group. There was a little dig there, a little hint. Right? Now, at the end of the fucking day, what they do is none of our business. The moment you drag us into it, then that makes it us our business. And as you can tell, we're not the type of people to hold back. But there are certain things that you pay attention to, and there's certain things you ignore and you just move on. Because at the end of the day, it's like going for a shit and forgetting to wipe your ass. But at some point, your patience runs out. And I have a line drawn when it starts affecting the income. When you lie and you fabricate stories and you make shit up, which by the grace of God, everyone has seen. The lies and everything else that have been done, made up towards myself and other platform users like Squid, for example. There are people out there who are fucking snakes. And here's a word of advice to those snakes who know me. I know you. I've already got you. I got you a long time ago. I am fully aware of your agenda and intentions. But you don't see me fucking going around flapping my gums about it. Just a heads up. Because I will protect the people who protect me, and I will protect the people who are honest, have integrity and ethics. And like I said many, many moons ago, I don't care who comes into my stream as long as they respect the platform and the people within the community. You don't like me, fine. But don't disrespect the platform or the people. Simple as that. The moment you do that, I will fucking yeet you out of here and I will name and shame you. Very easy for me to do. You see, because I don't have a filter. And I think a lot of people have realized that. And I think a lot of people, both male and female and other, have realized that I am a quite accommodating individual. Until you fuck with me. Or you fuck with my friends. Or you fuck with people who I care about. Especially veterans. Yes, absolutely, Nick D. Some just live off drama and instigate drama. Okay, and here's the thing. I don't like the word drama. Do you know why? Because it's too much of an umbrella coverage. It covers too much. Because you see... Oh, I know, Squid. I know you like to name and shame. I mean, she did fucking wrong. She did fuck with the wrong mama bear, but that's beside the point. We're not talking about you tonight, sweetheart. We're talking about everything. And I know I'm going to get it in the neck for saying that, but I can handle that. We'll deal with that, behind the scene. What I find quite interesting is that there's a lot of lonely people. That's one thing I've noticed. There's a lot of lonely people. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of lonely people. And there's a lot of people who are hurting. They've been through shit and they find solace or they find quality of living when they meet people like you, Squid, or me, or Mixie Lady, or DJ Rattus, or JK, I mean, there's a lot of us who have our platforms and do this stuff. I mean, really, we're really softies at heart. We just sound tough. But with me, it's the opposite way around. I sound tough and I am fucking tough, but I am respectful and loving and supportive and they take advantage of that. You'll get a lot of people who will fucking take advantage of that. Oh, she's getting attention. Don't you worry. This stream hasn't finished yet. It hasn't even fucking warmed up. All right, we're only 45 minutes into it. Trust me, we're not there yet. Okay, I mean, like if MyPretty would have been here, I mean, she'd have kept me. She could have kept me calm. But absolutely, Garrett. Absolutely. I mean, like the thing is, there's a difference between blocking someone and stopping. There is a difference. Let me get this right. There is a difference between blocking someone and then stopping them from being constructive. Right. 1 second. We'll do in a minute. There's a difference between blocking someone for their behavior and their actions, and then blocking someone to silence them. To remove their word. Yeah. I block people because of their behavior and the way they are. And the thing is, the reason I block them for their behavior and their conduct is to protect other people. I don't want those scumbags coming in here and dirtying the channel or dirtying the community. because I know there are people who frequent different streams. That is entirely up to them. I have no right to stop people from coming in here if they go to. No, that's fucking stupid. That's wrong. Right? There's no such thing as guilty by association here. If you make a mistake here and you are rude and disrespectful here, I mean, I've got half of the fucking Tentacle family as moderators in this channel. Then I've got SMN, and I've got Eric, then I've got Amogo, and then I've got MyPretty. If you want to fucking run that gauntlet, then you feel free to do so. Because at the end of the day, by the time I realize that someone's got been yeeted, right, they would have already done it. There you go. I mean, yes, YouTube has. I mean, I think that because of the pandemic, things have changed. I mean, I haven't come onto YouTube to, how can I put it? Be part of that cesspool. I've come on to entertain myself, entertain other people, and have fun. Right? But the thing is, I'm not a type of person to walk away from a fucking swimming pool full of information. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just had to go and blow my snout. Anyway, where was I? What was I saying? Oh, hi, Jeff. How you doing? No, Timothy, the person you'd have to be afraid of is me, because if I see it, okay, you will go from being a sailor to a torpedo. But then again, I know that I judge people on their actions. I don't judge them on what they fucking say. Right? If you are disrespectful though and rude from the get go, yeah, your time is limited. So bring a parachute with you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm a bit nosebleed. Right. Here's another thing. Okay. I'm not here. I'm not ranting. I am pointing out the facts that people need to fucking grow the fuck up. Okay. Because like some of us are not here for the negativity. We're not here for actually, someone said I needed to look at a tip. What am I looking DMs for? Oh, there you go. Oh shit. Huh. Huh. Okay. Right. I am live. And you know what? From now on, as of today, if you DM me while I'm live, I'm going to block you. unless it's fucking. I'm gonna fucking. Actual fact, no. Let me rephrase that. If you DM me while I'm live, right, you're getting 5 minutes yeeted. You're gonna go and sit on the bench. I'm benching you. That's it. I'm done. You're gonna get benched, and I don't care who it is because it's disrespectful. But then again, you know, it's. I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel. I mean, right now I'm a bit of a one of them. You know, I mean, it's already scary. It's already scary that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to the big 1,000. But yeah, right. Just bear with me a sec before I go into my next topic. You know, sometimes I really do feel like, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, all I wanted to do is play a game. Oh, look, all I wanted to do is play a game. Now, I know some of you don't, you know, like I said, I know that some of you don't like me, and I really don't care. I don't care if you like me, hate me, love me, or fucking despise me. What I want you to do, though, is show me the same fucking courtesy as I show you. That's all I ask. And I'm not going to take no, I'm not going to yeet you, DJ. You didn't know. I'm not. Don't worry about it, but don't fucking push it. You know, this is what's failing. This is what's missing. All right, is the fact that like you can dislike someone, you can disagree with someone, but still have that common courtesy and that common respect. It doesn't cost fuck all. It doesn't cost fuck all. Yeah. But like I said, you know, when it comes to certain people, please make it stop. I beg of you. Please make it stop. Now, there's going to be things, right? There's going to be things that are going to be coming this year. I am going to try to sit down with prisoner 265565B. Yeah, he's been moved to, you know, and that's DJ Rex and other people because I've got something planned that I want to do, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. So getting advice of people who've got more experience than me is usually the step forward. Hi, Taze, how you doing? Anyway, you're funny, Taze. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to go on to the next topic because I think it's time to go on to the next topic. All right, and basically, let's have a little bit. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday's members only was quite fun. You know, things were said, people were seen. You know, people cried and all that shit. Oh, Cynthia Pfeiffer, I know that you hate me, but you know, at least you give me a hug and kiss and offer me a reach around on the Fridays. But that's private. Anyway, so before we all get our fucking knickers in a twist and before everyone gets offended and, you know, everything else, okay, right, about, hey, you can't talk about Americans like this, American mirror, we're fucking America, we're fucking blah, blah. Don't worry about it, okay? You're not the only country who's got a shitty fucking leader, right? Because trust me, if you think that your leader's bad, come over here. Trust me. Trust me. So what we're going to do now, right? I mean, basically, it's like, oh my, how sad. Never mind. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to have like, it's now your turn to communicate with me. So I'm going to watch chat. You guys need to fucking actually, let me change that chat thing. Let me change that. There you go. I was going to put a goal up tonight, but I'm not going to bother because I'm growling a little bit. And at the end of the day, guys, if you want to become members, there are three different levels. I am going to start doing membership only. And each month, I will get 10 free memberships that I can hand out and give out. And one thing I am happy about is I do appreciate everyone who has purchased members only and also gifted other people members only. Again, I do appreciate your support and I really do appreciate your input as well. So therefore today, yesterday we had members only. Today, I want you guys to go ahead and ask questions, and and remember, if it gets too much, I'm just putting that up. Okay, all right. So please make it stop. If you go too far, I'm just going to put make it stop. There you go. All right, DJ Rattis, good to see you, bud. And thank you very much for the message. I appreciate that. I will, yeah. And Squid is here as well. So you two, now I can't believe I've been live nearly an hour. I miss, actual fact, Squid. What? Oh, thank you so much. Oh God, don't. Thank you so much, my darling. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shit, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now. Gail, thank you so much for the $5, Gail. Appreciate that. And I know you love me. I appreciate it, and I love you too. I really do. What am I going to do? Anyway, actual fact, you know what? Where am I? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you go. I've just told someone to get around on it. No, yeah, you didn't derail me. I was derailed about fucking an hour ago. Actual fact, 45 minutes ago, but don't worry about it. Because I had a specific topic. Basically, right, Greenland is part of NATO because Denmark owns Greenland, and America's been there since 1949. Oh, fucking hell. I'm not going to... I've just been told to hold. What the hell? What? Wait, what? Hey, DJ Rattis, did you go? What? Did you jump in the ring with Tyson or something? What happened? So that means he can't talk. That's going to be a long recovery, dude. That jaw injuries, Jesus, that's going to take a long time. But so, guys, go and get yourself a refreshment. Go and get yourself a drink because it's about to shit is about to hit the fan. So so right now I'm listening to music from being on hold. Anyway, don't love Spawn, but I do love him enough to want to have to be in pick his breath. Mate, Timothy, at the end of the day, you can hate my fucking guts, and I don't mind. I don't mind. At the end of the day, I know that people don't have. It's look. Here's one thing about Greenland, which don't jump ahead, guys, because you're gonna take everything out of context. If I say something, you're gonna take it out of context. Remember, this is not me hating on Americans or anything else, but I tell you one thing. All right. I read something today, and I'm going to read it out very quickly, see if I can still find it. No, I can't. Fuck. Is it on here? No. Put it this way. Fucking hell. Where is it? Where is it? We'll get into it in the. We'll get it. We'll get it into the segment in a bit. So trust me. Oh God, where am I? Yeah. Did they wire your mouth up? Did they? But anyway, shit. What was coming after this? Yes. Right. Okay. Let's do this. International news. International news. Now here's the thing that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right. Stand by. While someone's getting for work. Right. You're on live, by the way. Person getting her hair done. Hi. Right. Just before we get into the international news with the absolute clusterfuck of what's going on, here's the thing. Every leader or every politician is a fucking asshole anyway. Now, we all know what's been going on over the last 5-6 years. Since the pandemic, things have changed. Mentality has changed, attitudes changed, lifestyles changed, bills have changed, everything's changed. Even change has changed. Right? You just can't get away from change has changed. Now, a few weeks ago, the United States president decided to invade and take hold of the dictator from Venezuela. Now, justifiably, okay, dictator called the Americans and Donald Trump a coward, and they went in there and they freed. Now, yeah, but they've left a void, and I mentioned that, right? And they've left a void on a strategic tactical level, right? If you're going to take someone out of a country, if you're going to do a indirect coup d'état in a country, right, you either need to stay there, right, and have a temporary occupational council, or you put someone who was in exile or someone in the country who can then take that country to what the fuck?
Did you have a stroke?
You're muted, by the way. Oh no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not muted. It's me.
That's a you problem, not a me problem. You think Spawn's in a bitchy mood today. You haven't seen nothing yet.
Have you just seen what SMN just done to me?
I don't have chat open. I'm on my phone.
SMN, if I could
Some of us have to go to work for a living.
Darling, come and look what he's done.
What did he do?
Just look what SMN just did.
No way.
Yeah.
SMN, what'd you do for Spawn that you didn't do for me?
No way.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Fucking.
Do you need a cigarette, a coffee, or something? Two cigarettes at the same
I
time.
fucking need something because I'm about to fucking cry.
Oh. I know you don't drink, but maybe a bourbon would be okay. You can't have, my husband having a heart attack. I have only one.
SMN, mate, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That if you carry on doing that, darling, I'm going to fall asleep. You know that my back's
Okay.
nice.
I opened chat. Holy shit. Yep.
Like SMN, like I really thank you from the. I mean, like I don't even know what was I saying. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I really don't know how to respond to that. I will talk to you offline. I'll be right back.
How to make Spawn shut up in 3, 2, 1. That's all you got to do. So anyway, welcome to getting ready for work with Squid. Now that I've taken over, Eric, you were talking about taking over. I think I just did, unintentionally, but life is weird. welcome to the day. Welcome to YouTube. I did not stream today. Puts the makeup on just to go to work again. It Skin, did you just call me an it?
Okay, right, yeah. SMA, thank you so much for that. That is probably that is the highest ever.
Snowflower got work to do. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Say what?
I said Snowflower's got work to do. Somebody one upped her. And I said I was kidding.
No, but it's not. Hey, just put your camouflage on and stop leaving it there. Anyway, don't look at me that. Oh, you could have at least filed your nail down a little bit. Anyway, love you. No. Oh shit! I don't even. I have got. Oh god. What was I saying?
I have no idea. You're kind of on your own little.
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Oh no, yeah, no, wait, what? Oh, Greenland. Out. There you go. Greenland. Yeah, right. So,
Why am I here for this?
because you're an American, and because you're a vet as well. No, and also because, like, yeah. Anyway, right. So, here's my theory on this. The fact that it went into Venezuela. What did Venezuela have that was important besides getting rid of a dictator?
Oil.
Oil. Okay. How big's the country? Small, right? Now there's been rumors that it's Colombia and now if they're going after the cartels and everything else, that's different. That's good.
They are.
Now, they are.
I've read the documents.
Right. Here's the thing, though. This is what gets me, right? Greenland is needed for national security. Why?
I don't know what the fuck Greenland is for, except for the fact that China and Russia want it.
Okay, let me help you out here because I'm a little bit older in the tooth. Okay, Greenland after the Second World War was used before, obviously the Cold War started. Right, Greenland was used as a staging ground for the northern atmosphere of the planet. All right, in 1949, around that time, 1944, 1949. In 1949 they built like a fucking radar there. In 1944, that's when the first American troops were there on the west coast of Greenland. Now, and also Greenland, around the edges of it, has a lot of resources like gold, silver, or uranium, and all that shit. Right now, what gets me is that if your national security is so important, why aren't you fucking turning around to Canada and saying, "Hey, here's some money, fucking sort out your borders," because Canada is between you and Greenland. Now, if
the only thing that I can think of that makes sense, it has nothing to do with Canada, nothing has to do with Denmark. It has to do with Russia and China wanting a piece of something and somebody trying to get ahead of it. Not saying that it's right, not saying that I agree with it. I'm just trying to get Russia and China out of the picture.
Which I get, but here's another thing. Wait a minute, I need to blow my snout because I sound like fucking Donald Duck on.
He just now was worried about that. Has he hurt himself over the last year? Man.
Listen, shorty. Anyway, right. So just you carry on putting your camouflage cream on, and then we'll fucking right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, if you look at this scenario, and this is just hypothetically scenario. Okay. Look what Russia did in 2014. They went into Crimea. Then you've got conflict from 2014 to the present day. Right. What concerns me is that since this is just me, you know, don't fucking put me down, and I'm since Trump has come back into power. Now, obviously, Joe Biden was a walking statue anyway.
Asleep at the wheel, literally.
Since Trump has come back in, he has been very flamboyant with swinging his manhood around. He's been giving it like, like I'm the schoolyard, hard man. But what he doesn't realize, we can't talk. We've got a leader who's as much use as a fart in a spacesuit, and that's what after you've had a shit. Now, I get it, but to turn around to a NATO country who you've been, like many leaders and many people worked very hard for America to be, for all of us to build NATO and everything else, for some businessmen who were bankrupt 4 times in the 70s and 80s to then suddenly turn around and it's not about strategy, it's not about safety.
Country is bankrupt morally and financially. So, like, no offense, but I'm kind of in the mindset of y'all need to take care of your own shit.
Oh my God, he's done it again. He's fucking gone and done it again.
Where I'm the type of person like,
Karen, he's done it again.
mind my
He's
own
done it again.
business.
Oh, come on, why?
She's behind the.
Is he all right?
Hey?
Is he all right? What?
He's done it again.
People like what you say, let me know.
All right, some of us gotta go to work, so
Yeah, but well, I just thought I'd like bring you in, so because if I was talking shit, then I'd obviously get it in the neck from you. But I just want to say this is, but oh God, as I mean, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But oh boy, oh boy, I don't know what to say. So, what do you think? What is your overall opinion about this Greenland thing?
I don't have one. I think he's trying to get, except for the fact that I think he's trying to get ahead of Russia and China. And although I agree with that part, I believe there's ways to do it that are better than this. However, I also think that the rest of the world needs to take care of their own shit and leave us like, yeah, people talk shit about us all the time, but they have no problem taking our money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, and this is where I agree. I agree with you. But the thing is, to try to strong arm a country away from another country. I mean, I'm sorry, but like Venezuela, I can understand because he removed the dictator from that situation. So in essence, he's actually freed that country from dictatorship. Which
Yeah, and I have an inside track on that. Someone's been texting me about their friend in Venezuela and giving me updates and stuff. So I might maybe
tomorrow,
have the opportunity to talk about um talk with someone from Venezuela that's currently there about what they're doing
that
there.
would the actual fact that yeah, that would actually be something I would be interested to listen to, and
I don't know if it's gonna happen,
but if it does, yeah,
but
I'm up for it.
it's kind of interesting the things that I'm being told. So
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, touch wood, there isn't a civil war in Venezuela because, like, there are still groups who are pro.
but as far as the Maduro thing goes in the case,
Yeah,
there is the indictment that we read through on my channel
yeah,
goes through a lot of this and this and this goes back to this country and this country, and they name specific people and what they did as far as the drug trade and specific allegations. So they are going after more than from just removing a dictator. They are actively pursuing the drug trade going all the way to Colombia.
so South America is going to be on a chopping block then. Which is, at the end of the day, I mean, like, look at what happened in the 70s.
That's
80s.
another one of those streams that I have to do that has nothing to do with Hales. So the person that I don't know if they're watching because I don't know if they watch, however, that put on a Facebook comment that they challenge people to do streams that have nothing to do with what the Hales. I do all the time, but you people don't watch because you don't care about anything else but what the Hales.
I came into your stream last night and I thought it was one of the most relaxing, calmest, and influential streams I've been in.
Well, yeah, that's my other channel.
Yeah, it was because it was very, very relaxing.
But and even my channel that talks with the Hales doesn't always talk with the Hales.
Yeah,
and that's what but this person they were talking about it in the context of they only watch Jeremy, Megan, Tug, and like 2 other people that really all only talk What the Hales.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you only
Okay.
watch like 5 channels and they all talk What the Hales, you really can't like talk about and challenge people to come up with content that's not What the Hales. When you're there are other channels that that do that. You just don't watch them because you have no interest in anything that's not What the Hales.
I mean, to be honest with you, like it's really strange for some reason when it comes to this whole case of What the Hales and everything. My content is more based on reaction, observation, and opinion. You know, like wherever people like, you know, where yours is documentation, you know, analyzing and talking about documentation, whereas mine is opinion. And you put them two together, you got an absolute fucking hell. I still can't believe you've done it again.
All right, I gotta go.
Oh,
I gotta go to work.
right. Okay,
All
you have
right.
a nice night, and I'll talk to you soon. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye. That was Squid Pro Quo. And by the way, if you don't know where her link is or where she's from, she's got 2 channels. Okay, one of them is this. Okay, so go and check her out. All right, and her other channel, which I now need to find. Where is it? I've got so many channels on here. Where the hell is your chat? There we go. Here's the other one. All right, go and check out this channel as well. Here, go and check that one out as well. Now, here's my first of all, I need to say thank you to SMN. He got me again. So that's, you know, you did. Yes, 100% you did. And I you know, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And darling, he basically said that this is for you. He basically, let me, here we go. This is the, where are you? Oh, no. This is the comment he put up. This is what he said.
I
Yeah.
I do have quite a few on my list, yes.
Before I carry on about this topic, what do you mean on the list? What list?
Well, you found my catalogue with all the right circles.
Yeah, with the circles around it, but that's beside. Okay.
Where are we going, no?
Yeah.
Pancake days is coming soon.
Pancake. Oh, yes, Welsh pancakes. Anyway, going back onto it. Here's the thing. Now, I know you guys. Please don't be offended, but I know you guys have. You know, if you want to say anything, you can. But I need to keep an eye on chat because I want to make sure. Now, here's the thing. National security is for your country, not for another country that is 2 countries away, because you've got Canada in between it. What he should be doing is communicating with Canada. Greenland, right, and Iceland. So what is he going to turn around and say, right, I want Ireland, I want Scotland, I want Iceland, right? I mean, like, where does it stop? All right, because at the end of the day, Greenland belongs to the Danes, and I doubt very much that the Danes are going to going to be how can I put it? And here's the thing. Like, we've already noticed that he is trying to pull out of NATO. He's trying to pull out of the pollution thing, the clean air pollution thing, and stuff like that. And he's trying to remove the United States from major groups. Now, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to remove the USA as a whole from the Western coalition, so they become an independent country? And if they become an independent country, right, and he's putting tariffs up on other countries now because he wants Greenland, what's it going to be like when the United States want to sell, or they want to sell internationally or export, or if they got import? This is going to affect generations. This could turn into a generational effect. But Greenland. Now, I'm not a strategist. You put a rifle in my hand and I know what to do. I am not a strategist, but I can plan strategic or tactics. But the way he's carrying on, I read today someone put up a news article about that he could be removed from his position due to incompetence or and I'm like going, yeah, I doubt very much that's going to happen because you've got J.D. Vance, who was a corporal in the U.S. Marines. You got people like him, and this whole thing stinks. This whole thing it just doesn't make sense. Why would you want a complete continent or a country because of national security? If you can't even deal with your southern border and haven't been able to for quite a long time, what's the difference between your southern border and your northern border? I mean, look at how Russia dealt with Ukraine. Don't you think that the two big powers, America and Russia, now here's the thing: the whole of the continent of America, the USA is a country. The continent is called the Americas. Russia, right, owns 3/4 of fucking the continent where Europe is attached to. Russia has always been the opposition of the United States. We've known that from since the Second World War. Okay, and things escalated and escalated and escalated, and then obviously we've got when it went from the Soviet Union to Russia. Right, the rich got richer, the poor stayed poor in Russia. And now that over the last 10, 12 years, there's been a conflict on the doorstep of Europe. And this guy, a Mr. Businessman, wants to take Greenland. Now, what they did in Venezuela was I would say a good thing because they removed a dictator. I mean, why don't they do that in Belarus? Why isn't America dealing with Belarus? Or why isn't America why is Belarus still walking around? He's a dictatorship. How long do you think Putin is going to last in Russia? Because the warfare has changed completely now. In the old days, it was infantry and reconnaissance tanks and APCs, IFVs. But now, due to technology, things have changed. You don't even have to leave the warmth of your office, and you could go and affect a section, a corps, a platoon, a company, a regiment, a division, just by sitting in the office. And the thing is, this is what gets me, right? Everyone goes on about China. I mean, China is probably one of the one half of the parents of North Korea. Right? North Korea is the ginger stepchild of China and Russia, probably. Who cares? But here's the thing with China. Everyone goes on about China, China this, China that, China this. But they still fund China by buying shit from China. I mean, what's going to happen? What's going to happen next? Where's that other picture I've got? I mean, what's going to happen? And this is a little bit of satire, a little bit of humor, right? I mean, what's going to happen if America, Donald Trump decides to invade Greenland? Everything that's been built up, every single thing that was built and created through the sweat, blood, tears, and God knows what else from everyone from 1945 to present to the present day, everything that was being built, what's going to happen? It all goes in the shitter. Because of the arrogance and because let's be honest with you. Let's be honest. America is a large country. I've been there and I've got a lot of friends there. And like there's conversation I've been having, like, oh, what's going on in the UK? In the UK, it's a shit, it's a dump. But I mean, unless someone actually steps in and actually starts taking the reins properly, we're just going to end up like we did a couple of 100 years ago. There's going to be, there's going to be conflicts inside the country. Like what's going on over in the States now? You know, you've got one side who are going, yeah, they're doing fit, yeah, that's right, and then the other side doing wrong. But then you've got people in the middle going, what the fuck? Now, Greenland belongs to another country. And to be honest with you, American troops in Greenland are there as guests. The fact that you tried to buy, you wanted to buy the country in I think it was 1944 or 49, I can't remember, for $100 million. And they said no. There's a reason. Now, if you've got problems with your national security, instead of trying to strong-arm countries, why don't you contact the country and say, hey, look, this is what our concerns are. These are the strategy that we've got. This is what we would like to do. All right, Timothy, this is what we want to do. And fucking get NATO to help. Because at the end of the day, if you're that paranoid that you think that China or Russia are going to try to come through the back door, they don't have to come through the Atlantic or North Atlantic. They can come through the Pacific. They can come from anywhere besides the North Atlantic. The only reason, right, the North Atlantic Pact and NATO is because Russia had multiple dockyards in the north, in the Atlantic North Sea and everything else, where they would come through the corridors, through past Norway, past Scandinavia, and they would go over the North Cap, or they'd come below the North Cap. And regardless of what you do, you could put every single troop, every single thing, technology you've got in Greenland, it would still not stop a nuclear-powered sub from the Russians to be on the doorstep of New York, which has happened. People need to check the history, but I just think that this is not a good start. This is not good, and I just hope that they come to some sort of agreement. I really do. I really hope that they come to some sort of agreement, because this is stupid. And someone, like a friend of mine in a WhatsApp group today, he's going, oh, they only sent one fucking Brit over. And I went, I bet you any money it's some fucking colonel from some sort of like, national headquarters or JHQ or from ARC. And they've sent like, I mean, it's going to happen. Countries are going to start sending troops over there. And it doesn't matter how fucking tough you think you are. The worst thing I want to see is troops who have worked together in conflicts and in general, who have fought fascism in the Second World War and fought against communism and against like oppression, fought for a free world, are suddenly standing toe to toe with each other. And then you've got these people who are brainwashed, thinking that like they are invincible, and people are going to get hurt. And I don't want to see that. Me personally, I don't want to see this happen. But he is going down the same route that Putin did in 2014. Yes, look, there's corruption in every country. There was corruption in Ukraine. And then there was new leadership. Now, okay, you've got Crimea got invaded, right? He took advantage of that. He took advantage of the fact that, like, all this fucking political shit going on in Kiev, and suddenly you've got Russians in Crimea, unmarked, by the way, no unit markings, anything. That was an invasion, and then they got Luhansk and the Donetsk or whatever it's called, right? And that's been going on since 2014. And then in 1922, in 2022, they invaded a special military operation. We all know it was an invasion. But then again, they came across a stubborn country that went, no, you're not fucking playing with us. We're going to fight back. Right? And that's what should be concentrated on, because if he's worried about the Chinese and the Russians, that's one thing you need to look into, because at the end of the day, if they gang up, right, Ukraine is going to be the stepping stone. My opinion, but I could be wrong. Right? I just think this, what's going on about Greenland and everything else, it just needs to stop. I don't think this is a freaking good idea. But then again, that's just my opinion. And people may not like me for it, but I do believe, but I think that we've got friends who I think that could, no, Eric. Like Greenland, I mean, like Venezuela, yeah, Colombia, fine, Cuba, okay, fine. That would have been like a fucking signal for Putin to go, oh shit, like if this guy's not scared of fucking doing that, that would put the sort of thought process going on. But the thing is, you go straight down to Venezuela and then you mention oil all the time about how many millions of dollars you're going to get for oil, and then suddenly you're going, we want Greenland. Who the fuck does he think he is? Oh, I'm going to go into a shop. Oh yeah, there's a country. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. It's wrong. It is wrong in so many different ways, and it can go seriously wrong. Yes, there is a very strong radar system in Greenland. Everyone knows about it. It's been there since the Cold War. We've got American troops in the UK. I know of two places, Mildenhall and Lakenheath, and all it takes is the defense minister or the prime minister or someone to turn around and say, right, pack your bags, get out of the UK. If you're going to be like that, if you're going to blackmail and threaten us with tariffs and God knows what else, pack your bags, leave. And when that happens, that's when the diplomatic and when all the problems start getting real. And let's put it this way, the big schoolyard bully never wins. And that's the scary part. And the thing is, if China if China wanted to do something by now, they would have done something by now. They would have done something with Taiwan by now. They would have sent troops, right? But what they did instead, they sent North Korean troops to the conflict in Ukraine, and look what happened. Look what happened. Now, I don't believe that conflict is right in any way, but look what happened. And the Chinese are not stupid. They probably sat there and watched what was going on. They go, ooh, we're not going to send our troops there. No, we'll send troops to advise and train. Yep, not a problem. But we're not sending frontline troops in. We'll let the North Koreans do that. And look what's happening now. They've got troops over there, all right, from multiple different countries. There's been rumors that they've got members from Africa, right, who are running around with a T23 or T60, I don't know, some sort of like anti-tank mine on their chest. Now, I don't know that. I've just heard that. But when it comes to all this, what's going on with Greenland and everything, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. If you're worried about national security, and I respect that, I get it. If you're worried about national security, how about you go and check all those land parcels that have been bought up by companies that are somewhere in southern China, or belong to someone who lives in Hangzhou or Chengchi or wherever in China, because there's a lot of land that's being bought up by international investors, and we all know who they are. There's your first step that you should be looking into. And when it comes to national security, you should be, instead of strong arming or saying we want this, how about you get Denmark, you get Canada, you get the UK, you get Germany, France, Spain, Italy, you get all the NATO countries on one side on the table and say, hey, look, this is what we want to do. Any ideas? That way, right, everyone is still friendly. Everyone can communicate. Yes, sometimes people want to agree with each other. But at the end of the day, if it's about your national security, there's national security concerns of security, but then there's paranoia. And you need to keep it real. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, if your policies are to, stop people from coming in, okay, then do that. Then say, right, we don't want anyone from Europe coming into America. Fine, okay. Or we don't want anyone from Australia, New Zealand, or somewhere coming into the country. Right, fine. That's not a problem. If you're that worried about your security, then what you need to do is start at home first and then work your way out. Instead of working from outside inwards, work your way out. You had a fantastic idea about building a wall across your southern border. It worked. Well, ish. You know, there's a lot of things that can be said that would cause upset. But at the end of the day, if you want to make sure that your borders are safe, you have to communicate with other countries. You have to communicate with, with departments that will actually do their job, not try to rip you off. And we've seen that happen over the last year about people getting called out about all the money that they've, I mean, like, why should NATO countries pay them? Like, why should a NATO country pay for something? If say for example, if I want to put troops in your country, okay, right, you could say, right, if you want troops in the country, they have to pay bills, taxes, and everything else. Fine, that's not a problem, right? I think there's a lot of like, oh, they owe this, they owe that, they owe this, right? But the thing is, it's like we're looking at 50, 60, or 70 years difference of evolution. In the 1940s, 1930s, people were thinking differently than they think today. But if you've got a bill to pay, or there's money, or this or that, right? You don't go out and fucking start swinging your man sausage around and start becoming a schoolyard bully. What you do, you go, hey, guys, let's go and sort this out. Let's sit down and try to figure out a way how everyone is going to be happy. Because at the end of the day, every single European country shouldn't be sitting on the edge of their seat worrying about what America's going to do, because America will then become fucking Russia. Because then you'll have Russia, China, and America being totally fucking, and then what? That's what I'm concerned of. And the thing is, when you've got opinions, when you have an opinion like this, right, people get very, very fucking upset very quickly. Oh, you don't live in America. You don't know this. You don't know that. I don't need to live. Hi, Kof. I don't need to live in America to understand that Americans are suffering. Like veterans are suffering. People, everyone is suffering. Oh yeah. I've seen. Yeah, actually, I've seen that. I think that was a big deal last year. Yeah, I mean Germany, for example. But then again, I mean, like, I'm surprised the UK can fucking pay anything, because we got people in our system that are as much use as a fart in a fucking spacesuit. Do you know what? If I was the prime minister of this country, of the United Kingdom, for 6 months, I assure you half the shit that's going on wouldn't happen. In fact, it would be completely opposite. That I can assure you of. Because a lot of the stuff that's going on, right? I mean, there's councils in this country that already who already don't have any money, any funding whatsoever. I mean, if this carries, to be honest with you, Paul, if this carries on, mate, right? Everything that was built, most of it was built on trust, support of each other. But like people going, oh, Brexit. Yeah, okay. You know how much was paid each week or each month? I think it was like £315 million was paid to Europe a month or a week or whatever, right? And look, what did we get for it? Yeah, but anyway, we're going to move on to the next topic because I just wanted to get this off my chest because at the end of the day, I believe that, actually, let me just try something here. I believe that at the end of the day, things need to be said, and I know with some people, it's a very sore subject. Oh, hang on a minute. It is a very sore subject, and I get it. People will complain because you're talking about their country. The thing is, you're not talking bad about a country. You're pointing out things that you're seeing. Like, I mean, I am in Europe. I can't speak for all Europeans, just like Roy or SMN or Eric or anyone else can speak for America. You can only give your opinion. Like Paul can't give his opinion about Europe or, even though he's extremely, extremely gifted and extremely intelligent. Hang on a minute. Should I do that? I need that. No, I don't need that anymore. I'll take that one out. Excuse me. I mean, it's like where does the line get crossed, and where do you have to fucking turn around and say, enough's enough? When? Where? Because if you think about it, if things don't change in the next few months, there could be an issue. There could be a problem. And laws are changing in each country. They're trying to, silence people, in Europe and here and over there and everything. And I don't know. I would love to say some stuff that I would rather not say. But anyway, what was I going to do? Yeah. So does anyone have anything to say in regards to anything that we've covered so far? If you have, let's talk about it now. If you got an opinion, let's go for it. Because at the end of the day, this is for you guys. Roy, the comment. By the way, SMN, thank you so much again for making me go quiet. The common theme throughout the past 40 or so years is when the shit hits the fan, the world all expects the US to step in like the world police. This should have never happened. Well, on a technicality, we got dragged into conflicts because the Americans wanted us. And here's the thing. Technically, America's our younger brother. But, and America and the UK have always fought side by side. Even if we don't agree with each other, even if we don't like each other sometimes, we've always supported each other. We've always had interaction. But, I mean, over the last 10 years, over the last 10 years, 10, 15 years, a lot of things have changed. It's really fucking surreal. It has changed. And it's changed in some places it's changed in a good way, but on other places it's changed in a fucking bad way. And then we got leadership. At the end of the day, they were voted in leaders, but look what's happened over here. And look what's happening over there. It's like, I mean, why is the president of the United States acting like a 5-year-old and blaming fucking Joe Biden? We all know that Joe Biden was incompetent. We all know that fucking people were acting on his behalf, using him or whatever. Right? We all get that. Right? But if you're going to sit there and fucking chastise a leader of a country that's being attacked continuously 24/7, the way he was treated, or you're going to act like, you are invincible. You've only got a certain amount of protection before things go wrong. Okay? Like, no matter what country you are, every country is only as strong as its fucking leadership. And if you've got a country where they're overzealous or overconfident, it's only a matter of time before that happens. Look at Russia. Russia was confident. Oh yeah, we'll take Ukraine in 3 days, right? Okay. Continuous conflict for 4 years. Over 1.5 million deceased or severely wounded or missing. The amount of equipment they have lost in the last 4 years could literally arm third world countries to their teeth and still have spare. And look at what happened when the UK, France, Italy, Germany, the US, when we all got together and went, there you go, Ukraine, protect yourself. Look how quick it all turned. Look how fast they were able to defend themselves. And yes, they don't have that many they don't have that much manpower. But there's a lot of fucking they've got like a foreign legion over there now. You know, like Georgia had, or like Bosnia, or like the French Foreign Legion. There's a lot of Western former members of the armed forces from South America, Central America, North America, Canada, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand. All going to a country they don't know, never been to protect that country from the Russia. So what does that tell you? So if these people from all these countries can go to one country and support that country because they're being invaded by an aggressor, how do you think it's going to look when America takes Greenland by force? Because that's what it sounds like. Or blackmail due to tariff and inflation. How do you think that's going to go down? And just for the record, Donald is doing it on your behalf. So do you do the blame shame? Do you blame every single American who supports him, or do you just blame him, or do you blame the strategy, or do you blame politics? So who do you blame? What if you've got a problem with your national security? Who's to blame for that? Is it you? Is it your citizens, or is it the system? Is it the departments that are supposed to be responsible for it not doing their job? And here's another thing. Yes, when Joe Biden was president, yeah, they opened up the floodgates, right? And it overwhelmed the system, and also, crime went up, drugs went up, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, right, who do you blame? Do you blame the system, or do you blame the people working in the departments, or do you blame everyone? Because you can't select who you're going to blame. But to turn around to a European country who you've been part of since 1945, to turn around and say, well, we need that country for our national security. Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't think the Danes are going to be I don't think they're just going to let you walk all over them. They're going to be very diplomatic. They're going to be very understanding and listen. But they're still going to say no. And here's another thing now. You need to be concerned that there's a possibility that they'll turn around and say, right, you need to get your troops out of the country. You are being removed from that country. Irregardless, you want to blow that satellite up or that radar up, fine. I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to. What's going on at the moment, I do not want to see happen. It's not worth everything, every single, it's not worth what veterans put in when they served in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And even before that, the 50s, the 60s. Every single person who served, no matter where, in European NATO military countries. What, do we all do it for nothing? Everything we sacrifice, everything we put in, we're doing it for nothing just because there's some fucking orange-haired businessman is running the country. I mean, like when Ronald Reagan fucking was running the country, he didn't turn the whole country into a fucking soundstage, did he? No. In fact, I think it was Ronald Reagan who actually fucking sort of broke the zenith. I don't even know how to say it. The friction between was it Gorbachev and who was it? This is Gorbachev, wasn't it? Yeah, Gorbachev. And then people didn't fucking like what Ronald Reagan was doing, and someone decided to fucking try to slot him outside a hotel. Who are you going to blame? Are you going to blame the populace for that? Are you going to blame the system for that? Or are you going to blame the people who are responsible to make sure that things are done properly? Yeah, and that's another thing. Russia has had a very big habit from even when in school, when I was learning about Russia, the revolution and everything else, right? When it comes to manpower, Russia will they'll just turn up on a house or on a farm. They'll grab old men, young men, they'll grab anybody and then put them in a uniform, giving them a weapon. Here's a little bit of a historical thing. Do you know that Russian soldiers in the Second World War, and they showed this in the Enemy at the Gate. I don't think it's that true, but it's fact that troops were only given a weapon of 5 rounds, and we're told in certain conflicts, we're told pick up weapons of the enemy or pick up the weapons of the dead. And if you do actually go through history and you do a little bit of historical background check and actually look, you'll notice that even at one point Germans did it as well. They would pick up any weapon they could find. You would see Russians with German weapons, Russian weapons. It happened. They don't care. They'll just put people. Look what's going on now. When Russian troops are captured under the Geneva Convention, right? The guys ask them, so what are you contract? Are you, what's happened? Yeah. That's what Russia does. Meat wave. Right. And most of them, either from, they were given the choice of like stay in prison or go and fight for your freedom, or, they just drag people off the streets. If you're drunk, they'll get you like, I mean, I watched a video a couple of days ago where they captured, I think, eight Russian soldiers, all fairly middle-aged, oldish type. And like one of the Ukrainian guys in subtitles said, God, it smells like a brewery here. And 2 of them turned around and said, yeah, because we got here 3 days ago, and, he was drunk when he got here, and I think he's still drunk now. I was drunk when I got here, and then another guy said, I was drunk. And then one of them pulled out a fucking bottle of vodka out of his jacket. So basically, they were just sitting in their trench getting drunk. And there was only one person who was with him, and they turned around and said, oh, yeah, he left to get some food and never came back. He probably got a tap on the shoulder from an FRV, FER, or whatever freaking drone. But that's beside the point. The fact that they're dragging people off the streets who are drunk or whatever, that just shows you. So now we've got this for Greenland, and we've got that, and we're piggy in the middle. I just really hope that, some normality and some common sense will prevail. I just really touch wood. I really do hope common sense prevails, because, what he's doing, I think basically what they should do is to get fucking Putin, Trump, and freaking every other leader in one room, give them some boxing gloves, and then say, right, crack on, and leave it as that, because it's only going to go wrong. Now, anyone have any questions, concerns, or complaints or anything? And again, thank you so much for SMN. I don't even know what to say, dude. I am so appreciative of this. Just twice, I really don't know what to say. I mean, that's twice you knocked me off sync, and I really do appreciate it. I just hope shit doesn't get too bad. I hope it doesn't escalate. I really don't. because I'm going to lose a lot of friends if it does. Well, I'm not going to lose them because it's not going to change my attitude or my mind about them. Nothing's going to change about them. That I can assure you. Just because other people fuck up doesn't mean that I am going to change my attitude or my opinion about anybody. Absolutely not. 26 million. Yeah, 67 million. 67 million. Was it in the First or Second World War? 67 million lives lost. That's insane, that. 67 million. That's like 30 million off the size of the population of the UK. I do appreciate it, SMN. I do. Wow. Yeah, and Roy, do you know what that was? Greed, overzealous, power hungry. It's all greed. And unfortunately, who suffers? It'll be us. I mean, like, the thing is, they want to bring conscription over here, right? And up to the age of 65. I'll tell you one thing. I shouldn't have done it, but I've already emailed certain individuals and went, right, fucking let me know. You can send me a date and I'll go and fucking get my kit, go and grab my kit and have it here ready. Because at the end of the day, they will only send people who have had no training whatsoever to training depots. But people who've had training, right, or have served, what they'll do, they'll just fucking wait and then bring them in, and then you do death by viewpoint or death by PowerPoint. So you'll just sit in a class all day staring at a screen. And it's just a refresher. Brilliant. I'm glad that you enjoyed that, SMN. I'm really glad that you enjoyed seeing me squirm and spit and cough and go. Diana, hi Diana. Main reason: greed, money, and religion are the root of all evil. Yeah, I mean, actual fact, some people are actually proving that to be right. Actually, it's national security. Right. The only reason you've got Americans in Greenland is because of that station you've got there, the radar station. Right? Greenland is nowhere near America. And if the Chinese or the Russians wanted to do anything, they wouldn't have to go they could go anywhere they want. It's national security. You need to be talking to Canada, Donald. You need to go and talk to that French Macron. What's the Canadian? Macaroni. Macron. Oh, McCarney. Yeah. All right, calm down. You don't have any weapons in your hands, do you? No. Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, no. If your disability doesn't stop you from sitting at a desk, they could always throw you in there. Wait. I forgot what I was going to say now because I'm trying to thank SMN for no, but anyway, there you go. So we're going to move on to the next one. We're not going to do the intermission, so we're going to do the questions and answers while we still can. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me put it this way. Why is it when people from a different country other than the United States, when they talk about things like this, you don't like them, you hate them, and you despise them because no one has the right to have an opinion? What if I turned around to you and I said, hey, how about this? We will listen to you and you will listen to us. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Hi. Yeah. Now, Nostradamus predicted that the Third World War would start in the Middle East. He said the Middle East. He didn't say specifically location. He didn't say if it was going to be an Arabian country or no, Eastern country. Or he didn't say, he said Middle East. Now, there are things that happen in this country, right? And I've had people who are from different walks of life. I've got black friends, I've got white friends, I've got Jewish friends, I've got Muslim friends, I've got Christian friends, I've got Catholic friends. I've got friends who think that they're fucking Jedi Knight. I've got friends from different countries. Right? And I've had situations where I've had friends come up to me and go, oh, because this happened, like perfect example, Lee Rigby incident, which happened a few years ago. And the first thing my friend said to me, he said, do you hate us now? And I went, wait, what? And he said, you know, do you hate us Muslims now because of this? And I went, why would I do that? Why would I blame anyone else except the individuals who committed that crime? Why would I do that? And he just looked at me and he went, well, I just thought I'd ask. I said, well, you don't have to ask. We're friends. I mean, like when his father, I like every time I go and see his father, I always go, Abu. You know, I always call him. I always go in. When I go in and I say hello to him, I walk in. I go Salam Alaikum Abu, and then his name. You know, and it's like we're family, really. So why you know, you can't treat people just because of an individual. And I just want you guys to understand. So I'm not going to treat any of you any differently just because of one individual. But just remember that one individual represents you. Just like, you know. Yeah, and I've got friends who are absolutely DJ writers. You're one of them. I mean, like most of what I've learned about YouTube came from you. So, you know, you know, and also Squid as well. You know, DJ Rat, Squid, and a couple of other people. If we get into one room, because I'm being I'm trying to be very neutral at the moment. But you put us all in one room, you will get lynched. It won't be your group or your culture or your ideology or whatever. It'll be you as an individual. You will get lynched because of your behavior or for what you do or what you say. Wait, they promoted you to manager? I would have fucking demoted you to yeah. Anyway, so anyway, any questions, guys, before I call it a night? Because it's been 2 hours. But please remember that this is my opinion, right? And it's constructive. And I want to make absolutely sure that all this is not to belittle or insult. It's just my opinion. And I believe that I have a right for that opinion. Even if that people don't agree on that opinion, I do have a right to an opinion. Yeah, correct? Yeah, good. Righty then. Oh, something else I was going to mention that I forgot. Now, because it's a new year, and obviously, you know, some people say that we can't have none of us have any content if it wasn't for What the Hell's or anything. Well, in the next couple of days, I am going to be doing some, I'm going to be making a list and some things that I'm going to be doing in this year. And it's going to involve, I'm going to be doing a podcast. And I'm going to be inviting guests onto that podcast. And I can assure you that there will be rules for the individual on the podcast, the guest, and there will be rules in chat. That's one of them. The other thing is I'm going to be doing some other stuff as well, because I know that there's a lot of people out there who struggle to have content. So I want to make sure when they do copy my content is that, you know, they do it correctly. Okay. Now, again, I appreciate everybody, and especially you, SMN. Thank you so much for your super chats. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I am absolutely gobsmacked. In fact, do you know what? I can now say, I mean, yeah. You'll see it. You'll see the proof. Don't you worry. It'll happen. Spawn Trooper Santa. What the fuck? Rattis, stop volunteering me for shit, will you? EMS, hi. Good to see you. Opinions are okay. Being rude, insulting, and offensive are not. Well, Diana, here's the thing. You can be offensive. You can be insulting, and you can be rude, and you can have an opinion. Because that's part and parcel of actually having a constructive opinion. Now, it's how you say it. It's how you put it across. And that's the most important thing. You can't have an opinion and not be rude or insulting or offensive. Like people call me offensive because I swear. Well, I'm not going to change my personality to make other people happy. I mean, like, would you do it? Would if I said you need to change, would you do it? You'd tell me to fuck off, and rightly so. So, but the thing is, when you do have an opinion, when someone has an opinion, everyone has the right to go, well, I don't agree with that opinion. I find it slightly offensive and rude and disrespectful. However, you have a right to your opinion. This is why a lot of people who want to fucking call me names and shit like that, I just smile and just ignore it and move on. I just fucking, sit there and like have a conversation with Squid or with SMN or with Rattus or something, because that's more important than to worry about what people say. This is why I always say, if you're going to make allegations or statements, make sure you can back it up with proof, because you have the burden of proof. We don't have to you don't have to prove anything when it comes to the politics that's going on around this planet at the moment. It's an absolute shit fest. But you're right. I mean, you can be constructive, but unfortunately, being insulting or being offensive or being rude, unfortunately, is part of being constructive. That's what it is, constructive criticism. That's why you then have dialogue to make sure you understand what's being said, so it doesn't get taken out of context. That then makes you feel insulted, offended. Oh no, AI, no. The thing is, I mean, like a lot of people use AI. I use AI all the time. I mean, when I dictate to the AI, I dictate and it comes up. And if I think it's way too off from what I'm saying, I will try it again. And like, if it is very close to mine, so like, because usually I always type in, add satire, humor, and sarcasm, and then I write what I want to write. And 99% of the time, it comes out 98% of what I've said, but in a more sort of like in your face type of, my opinion is mine. Your opinion should be mine too. Well, if you pay me the right price, Rattus, maybe. No, we don't, Diana. That's the best part about being a human being. We don't have to agree on everything all the time. We can here's the thing: we can disagree on something, right? And then end this stream. You can go your way, I can go my way, and the next time we see or interact with each other, say, "Oh, that was really fucking interesting," because I thought about what we said and we disagree with what saying, and thinking about it afterwards, it's dawned on me, you may have a point, and vice versa, and that's what I like about constructive interaction, because at the end of the day, many people have contacted me and said, you know what, I thought you was an arsehole, but then again, you really are an arsehole, but you're a very funny and polite arsehole like that. And I was like, oh, well, that's me. I'm not going to lose any sleep if people don't like me. None whatsoever. I'm not here to how can I put it? There's a word for it. I'm not here to do your bidding. I'm here as me. And this is what you get. And you know, if you don't like it, you don't have to interact with me. But if you see something I say and you go, oh, that's a good bloody point, you know, then you're more than welcome to come and interact with me. Doesn't mean, it just means that I'm not going to be coming around to your house for dinner, or, you know, you're not going to be coming around my house for dinner, or, you know, we're not going to celebrate fucking birthdays together. You know what I mean? I know we have. I know we've had a few interactions. Well, you haven't got a voice at the moment, Raz, so you can't open your mouth. Anybody else a hosier tonight? So I presume there's no questions, no? Right. Well, that was an interesting stream. I would like to thank everybody for coming. You know, I will be doing a members only in a few days' time. Lynette's voice belongs to me. She can't use it on YouTube. Well, on a technicality, that's another thing. Technically, that's not her voice, but it sounds like her. But then again, I don't know, because I am not up to that level yet of actually creating a fucking sort of voice. So, where did I go? You better tell me what it is, but before I start fucking yeeting people. What the fuck's the hell is here? This is a fucking typical American word, is it? Oh, interesting. A hosier is the official denominator of people from the U.S. state of Indiana. The origin of the term remains a matter of debate. However, hosier was in general use by the 1840s, having been popularized by Richard resident John Finley, 1833 poem "The Hosier's Nest." See, I don't live in Indiana or in so. See your flip side. On the flip side, yeah, take care, Rattus, mate. Look after yourself, dude. All right, take care of your jaw. Right. Anyway, I need to go and see if who's live, so I can then send you there. Let me go and check. Please hold your call. It's important to me. What day is it today? Oh. All right. Okay. No one's fucking live. What the hell's going on? Huh. Squid, are you going live? Snipe Hunter, are you going live? Is he going live? Well, I tried to entertain. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, I don't usually talk about politics or anything on here, but I just want to get that off my chest because I think that, you know, this can only get worse. It can only get worse, and you know, it's a scary thought. It is a scary thought. Just saying. Timothy left a message. Yeah, it won't be blocked from me. I wasn't actually talking about him, but okay. Who's here? Who's her? Hi, Mary. Who is that? How you say it? Who's her? Who? Yeah, but I'm not from Indiana. That's. But oh my god, I need to stop researching shit. As soon as I saw that word, I just went right. What does it mean? I need to take a break. I'll let other people do research. I'm not going to do fuck all now. I'm just going to like every time I freaking do a live stream now, I'm just going to sit here for half an hour and not say a word. When people go, "Why are you not talking?" Because I got nothing to talk about until another 28 minutes. What happens in 28 minutes? Then I'm going to start talking about something else. Then I'll just sit here in silence, let other people do the research, and then point at them in a very scary way and laugh in a very loud way at them. Hosier, I'm back. Potato wedges, sour cream, and chicken salt. Yeah. Do you want someone to chew that and spit in your mouth because you've got a bad jaw, Raz? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, check this out. Oh, my. How sad. Never mind.
We want it. We want our precious. We need it now. Schmiegel, stop it. Gollum, shut up. It's mine. We want it. Schmiegel, you can't have it.
Yes. It's the land of the corn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beat. No, I'm not saying if I can beat. No. As much as he might seem like a radical pit bull, most of the US is sick of being taken advantage of by the world. Technically, okay, yeah. While we have problems here that need attention, and well, this is where we agree to disagree. You can't blame the whole world because of the issues that you have in house. Right? You work from inside outwards, not from outside inwards. Right? So, and to be perfectly honest with you, there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that can be done in the United States where it could benefit. I mean, the fact that your steel industry, your farmers, Jesus, your farmers are struggling, suffering as well, just like ours. Like, I mean, like at the end of the day, if you got too much produce, then you sell it onto countries who, that you can get it there within 24 hours or 48 hours. There's many ways of making money. It's just that I mean, we could say like the UK could turn around and say, well, we blame Europe for lots of shit. I mean, we're basically the fucking bathroom or the shitter, we're the toilet of Europe anyway, because everything ends up with us. We could say that hypothetically, but shit happens. But I'll tell you one thing. If someone knocked on my door and said, right, you're going to be the PM for the next 6 months, I'm going to go, right. First things first. Change the name of the police. What do you mean? As of now, it's not called the police service. It's now called the police force. Then, right, I would deal with the taxes, road taxes, everything else. Because at the end of the day, if you are insuring an MOT in your vehicle, right, and you paid road tax, then that's it. If you pay, then MOTs should always be free. Then I would then deal with certain individuals, councils around the UK would not be allowed to stop people from voting. It would be against the law. Then I would bring in conscription, for 16 to 25s, 1 year, and all you learn is how to become a human being. No, sorry, I'm just talking out my ass. My bad. After Washington Navy treaty, U.S. wanted site sees Britain, but Congress wouldn't fund it. Possible you were and wanted to take on the world police patrol. Yeah, we don't want America back either. You know, you can keep. No, I'm joking. Well, Squid, on a technicality, I've got you on that one. Your country is that large. I mean, you've got enough land to sustain yourself twice over. But then again, I also see the other side of it. It's like how many, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I do see the other side as well. But I don't want to get into a bitch match here. I don't want to get into a slagging match. We can discuss this on a different day. Right? Let's not get into a slagging match because there's no rights and there's no wrongs on this one. You know. And the thing is, we can't start arguing about something that was decided before our parents were born. You know. And that's another thing that pisses me off. People trying to fucking act like they've lived for 300 years or 200 years or whatever. You know, the actions of our forebearers is something that we need to learn from and not fucking, you know. Yeah, because they were, but DJ Rattus, the fires in California were overwhelming, so they were undermanned and overwhelmed, so that's why. Yeah. I mean, you've got but I like I said, I'm not gonna go on, so I'm gonna call it a night. You know, because I don't want to leave this on a oh shit. Oh, thank God that was the wrong button. I don't want to leave this on a nasty taste, so I'm going to say this. Right, irregardless of what our opinions are or what our leaders do, okay, as long as we don't fucking start this shit with each other, because at the end of the day, you know, what powers do we have? You know, it's only a certain few. But on that note, I hope that everyone learned something, understood something, you know, even if you were offended. Actually, in fact, let's see how many people were offended tonight. Let's go and have a look. See how many people were offended tonight. See how many people were offended. Oh, wow. 3 people were offended tonight. Oh, well, you know, it's one of those things. Just one of those things. Now, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, everyone has an opinion. You may not like it, but I've got to say, I just want to say, live and let live. But anyway, guys, SMN, thank you so much for your twice $100 donation super chat. I am going to don't worry, that is going to be going to a good place. Well, good places once I get it. Also, I want to say thank you very much for everyone else, you know, who were kind enough to support me, the channel, and I'm still a little bit gobsmacked actually. And a big shout out to Gail for the $5, and to SMN for the 200. So I appreciate that, and I will assure you that the wife will get a brass frying pan. There's a bunch of environmentalists that won't allow anyone to do natural forestry service. Georgia clears on the brush run certified for prevention. But there were people, I mean, before I actually call it a night, there were people actually walking around setting fires in California. I've seen a lot of videos of that. Yes, Mrs. Spawn's frying pans. Do you know what? They care more about your fucking cutlery than they do about me. Do you know that? Oh, sorry. Crockery. My bad.
That one is a crockery, not even crockery. Frying pans and frying pans. Pans and pots.
Pots and pans.
Pots and pans.
Pans, pot. Yeah, but they want you to richly fucking dent them by using them on my head.
No, I cook. I love cooking.
All right, then. Right, as long as you only use them for cooking.
Yes. You know, got lots of...
And by the way, why did my jaw hurt this morning? Did you punch me to wake me up or something?
No.
Okay. Why did you say that in that tone?
Because I left too quickly this morning. It's very late. I'm going to... What do you want to do?
Yeah, a little bit. Right. And Rattus, I would respond to your comment there, but I'm not going to bother. But anyway, on that note, to Rattus, prisoner 654724C, you've been moved back. And to everyone else, the Squid Pro Quo, EMS, SMN, especially SMN, thank you again, Paul, Amos, and everyone else, Moosey Lady. I would like to wish you all a fantastic evening. And remember, don't be negative to people who have an opinion. Everyone has an opinion, even if we don't agree, right? We can agree to disagree or disagree to agree, but that doesn't stop communication and interaction and dialogue and maybe some fucking fried wedges from DJ Rattus or, you know, some free stuff. Yeah. But on that note, again, thank you all. A big shout out to Gail and to SMN for their contributions tonight, and I really do appreciate it. And it will go to where it needs to go. You already know where it's going to be going. And I think not tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be with. I'm going to be with my other stepmother, Squid. Wednesday or Thursday there'll be a members only again maybe on Thursday. And after that, this time I will do the supermarket stream. Okay. All right. So now that I'm not in pain and now I'm in a better frame of mind, you know, it'll be back. Everything's going back to normal. All right. And yes, it's okay. I will again see you soon, and have a fantastic evening, guys. I know it's 6 o'clock in the evening, so people should be having dinner in the States. In Australia, I think you're going to bed now, or it should be. Is it bedtime right now? Yeah, no, well, it's in the morning. Jeez, I keep on forgetting. It's the morning. It's Tuesday for him now. So on that note, guys, I bid you adieu and much love, lots of hugs, and remember, a smile a day keeps the weird people away. On that note,
They go live every night selling drama on demand with crampons sitting on their ass and dicky on hand. Fake tears falling, oh I'm just speaking truth, while they pocket super chats and exploit the loons. Gator rolls in trying to act real cool, but he's stirring up heat, breaking all the rules. Haters in a circle, all bark, no bite, till Spawn Trooper drops and it flips on the light. Spawn Trooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawn Trooper, he says the situation at hand. Spawn Trooper, is weak with this one. Deuces in the mix, spinning lies for the stream. He acts like a king, but his throne's just a meme. Dodging all the questions with a scripted phrase, trying to fool the crowd, but he's just a face. Bones Lacker's got a seat at the front of the show, putting up a front, but got nowhere to go. Guano's hiding in shadows, throwing shade in the chat. They all act tough, but Spawn Trooper's on that. Spawn Trooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawn Trooper, he says the situation at hand. Then he say the words, truth don't this one. Now the people rise, no longer blind. The lies unravel, one stream at a time. Truth's not merged, don't come in packs. And spawn troopers got receipts, not just attacks. He says turn off the feed, walk into the sun. This war for your mind, it's already begun. With clarity, blazing like a saber so bright. He leads the way through the digital night. Spawn troopers say, I see you playing, keeping up the show, spinning your stories, but the truth starts to flow. Your gators pull high like you're some kind of lord, but all you're doing striking out with the faulty sword. You're no warrior, just a puppet on strings. Your fake crown don't mean a thing. The game's up now, you're out of move. Spawn troopers here to expose your Spawn trooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawn trooper, he assesses the situation at hand. Spawn trooper, then he say the words, truth don't kneel to no one man. Spawn trooper, the force is weak with this one.
Truth will rise in the end, no place for deceit.
May grim unwind, got a whole group on. The force is weak with this whole bunch.